girlfriend kept acting suspicious, so I hit a camera and... Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. Where the fuck do I even start? My girlfriend, 20, has been living with me, 21, and my family for the past 2 years, been together for almost 4. She got into a huge fight with her dad, and decided to move out. My mom, being the kind person she has always been, offered to let her live with us. I agreed, of course. I loved her. Loved. Now, I have always been somewhat of a jealous type in a relationship, but not the crazy kind. The title suggested otherwise, I know, but it was the only way to the truth. My suspicions first arose about a year ago when I was playing this board game Codenames with my sister, 24, her boyfriend, 24, and the cheating bitch, let's call her Stacy. Stacy and my sister's boyfriend were on a team together, and right away I didn't like the energy they were giving off. She was laughing at all his jokes, he was teasing her about some shit. It all just looked flirtatious to me, and I wasn't having any of that. That night, I talked to her about it and she told me that it was nothing. Of course. During this time, I was going to school and had a job working as a cook, so I was out of the house most of the time. Some days I wouldn't get home until midnight. My parents worked 8 to 4 jobs, as well as my sister. My girlfriend only worked weekends, and she took her schooling online. My sister's boyfriend is in construction, but his schedule is 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Most of the day, Stacy and my sister's boyfriend were home alone together. My suspicions only grew ever since that board game night. Every time they were in a room together, Stacy would barely look at him anymore. They'd make small talk here and there. I could tell the dynamic of their relationship changed. I confronted Stacy again, asking why all of a sudden she was acting so awkward around him, and she said it's because she doesn't want to upset me. At this point I felt bad for making her feel guilty. I said I'd never bring it up again, and I kept my word. Until 6 days ago. I was lying down on the couch upstairs in the living room. Stacy was in the kitchen, which was half visible from where I was, making a smoothie. My sister's boyfriend comes downstairs, and starts making lunch for himself. I couldn't see what they were doing, but I pretended not to care, holding my phone to my face. I could barely see their figures in the back door's glass reflection. They were shifting around each other, trying to do their own thing, when all of a sudden he slaps her ass. At that moment, I felt frozen. Every part of me flared up. After my sister's boyfriend went back upstairs, I got up from the couch, went to the front door, and put my shoes on. Stacy comes toward me and says, "Where are you going?" And I just responded, "Really?" I saw what just happened, then I left and slammed the door behind me. She chased after me, getting all angry, trying to act as if nothing even happened. I told her what I saw, which just made her even more mad. A reflection? So you're saying you didn't even see it then? You thought you saw it, you wanted to see it just to justify your psycho thoughts. At this point she's threatening to break up with me. Saying she's going to move out and live on her own. Making me feel guilty by saying she's broke, that she'll have to drop out of school and work full-time at a shit job. As much as I wanted to just end all of it and let her go at this point. I apologized. I apologized for everything, begged her to stay, and promised to never, ever bring it up again. It took a lot of convincing, but eventually she decided to stay and we walked back to the house. But I knew what I saw. I just needed hard evidence. That same night I ordered a tiny black hidden camera from Amazon. When it arrived, I set it up in the living room next to the kitchen just at the corner of one of the curtains. The next morning, 2 days ago, when everyone was still asleep, I secretly took out the chip, put it in the USB, and quickly went through the footage on my laptop. Nothing. I cleared up the space and put the chip back in the camera. And then yesterday, I finally got what I wanted. I woke up before everyone else again, and viewed the chip. Approximately at 3:15 a.m., I saw my sister's boyfriend slowly walk downstairs and sit on the couch. A few minutes later, Stacy walks upstairs from our room. She carefully walks over to him, sits on his lap, and I couldn't bear to watch anymore. I was in complete disbelief. The girl who I spent 4 years with, the girl I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Cheating on me with my sister's boyfriend. All this time. Lying to my face, making me feel guilty. I went back downstairs, woke up Stacy, placed the laptop in front of her, and played the video. As soon as she realized what was happening, she instantly closed it and froze. Nothing was said for what felt like an eternity. She started sobbing, trying to utter words until I finally spoke up. You are the most conniving, disgusting sociopath I have ever met. Start packing your shit right fucking now, or I'm sending this to everyone you know. We're done. What followed was a very long, pathetic, sorry excuse for an apology that I don't even want to get into. Eventually she called her dad, he came by and picked her, so I guess she's going to live with her family again. A lot of her things are still here, and she doesn't have any friends to deliver it to her, so I have no idea what to do with all the shit. As for my sister and her boyfriend, he's also been kicked out of the house and now has his own place somewhere. Who knows, maybe Stacy might even move in with him, I don't fucking care. We should have made them buy us a new couch or deep clean the one we have. Absolutely disgusting. Never sitting there again. Here are some of the best comments from our community. That's messed up. How are you going to live in your partner's parents' house and have the nerve to cheat on the family sofa? Both your ex and your sister's ex are completely disgusting. Funny how the one part of this story is her take on the reflection. Like, if she were standing in front of a mirror, would she ask herself, am I there, or do I want to see me there? Cracked me up. But the story is a really screwed up one. Sorry it happened, but I am glad you caught her. Your suspicions were correct, unfortunately. How did you handle telling your sister? And how did you not deal justice on her boyfriend? And you do know that cheaters disassociate and compartmentalize. Meaning their brain subverts their thinking mind in mental gymnastics, like the reflection in the glass, ensues. They believe their own crap. Like a split personality, two very different people in the same body. I think they are insane. It is all the worse when the affair fog kicks in. We meet a potential partner, they tell us some things about themselves and we agree to a connection based on suppositions only. We do not know who they really are. We only know the things they want us to know. Communication is about agreeing to be as honest, open and transparent as we each are capable of being, toward one another. Not ever an easy task, but for the purpose of avoiding things like you just experienced, it is an absolute necessity. No matter what we agree to for one another, we will only know what they allow us to know. But the agreement is a start. Man, at least you know the real her after 4 years, not 14 years later. Same goes for your cis ex as well. Not sure how long they're together, but hey, glad is over for you two to start living the real life as a better person together going forward. Bless you and your whole family. Tropical drink. Look up gaslighting. That's exactly what she did to you, and it's a form of emotional abuse. I feel your pain. My ex was the same way, constantly cheating and then justifying it with his stupid excuses. Apparently texting his ex and complaining about me behind my back and offering to let her see our son when she didn't want to meet me, meeting her alone and telling her he still loves her isn't cheating. She's married and her husband has no idea. Every time I said I would tell her husband what they were doing, he said go ahead, yet he came and asked me not to once with of course another stupid excuse. If nothing was going on, then there's no reason for her husband not to know about it. He should be okay with them talking, right? Exactly. He said I was crazy, jealous and paranoid every time I brought it up like a cheater usually does. You dodged a bullet and so did your sister. I can't believe they would do that when your parents allowed them to live in their home. What an ungrateful pass, the both of them. You and your sister both deserve better. Hugs. You have saved yourself and your sibling. You might have married these narcissists. You dodged a bullet. Years of gaslighting and manipulation, thinking they actually love you guys. You are free. I'm sorry for your pain, it's temporary, but let it teach the way forward from here, and whatever you do, don't look back. I wish you and your sister all the happiness in this world. You survived. Now live. Stacy and the ex are lucky we don't throw liars in volcanoes. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.